Are you ready? You said 7. Let's get this on. He's just keeping me hanging. I know he is.
What's up, dude?
Oh, you are there. I was just...
Why, what do you think? Is this your second time phoning?
No. Oh. This is the I'm a first time caller.
Hi. I just need to get your bank details and your sexual orientation.
Yes. Could you please transfer both to a bank in Nigeria?
Well.
Today has been a day. How has your day been?
Dude, every day I'm alive, I'm happy. That's literally my new goal. Today's agenda for the day. Remain alive.
Remain alive, yeah. Are you guys actually going out? Because, we're allowed one walk or a trip to the shops a day or exercise, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I'm going to use mine to one wheel.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, out. Technically, is that exercise?
Yeah.
Because they say walking, cycling, or running.
Yeah. So I'm going to say it is exercise because you get a really good core workout and a wicked glute exercise as well. Legs, core muscles. It's a brain workout because you're getting outside,
And I look fucking cool.
But, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't know.
No, I said I do.
Oh, right.
Not you.
One wheel's a funny one because it's like, are you cool looking or is it just one of those things like when I surf, I feel like Andy Irons just fucking shredding it. You know? Like I watched a sick video. There's this page on the north coast in Northern Ireland called Portrush Gnar Hunters. So it's a young guy. What hunters? Gnar.
Is that a surfing term?
Bro.
Oh, is that like gnarly?
Yeah, like shredding the gnar.
Okay.
And this guy lived
I've
in
surfed
LA.
twice in my life.
Yeah,
I went surfing twice. I've been like 5 times all in all. I don't know the lingo.
Well, I mean, being someone who's a skateboarder, it also comes from that. Anyway, the guy that Andy Hill that owns Trogs, it's his son and his mates, and they put up such sick videos because they're just. Do you know what they are? They're a cool example of the youth utilizing the accessibility of video, photo, and social media to the max. Ooh. So, like when I was young, I rode BMX bikes, and I didn't have a lot of friends. Full stop. No, I didn't have a lot of friends who took photos. What do I pay you monthly to be my friend? Was it a tenner?
Not enough. Well, you're not paying me anymore. I had to claim from the government.
Yeah, it's coming on my universal credit. But I had a lot of mates that rode bikes, but I was really one of the only ones that took photos and videos. There was a handful of guys in Northern Ireland that did that. And I don't know, we were always filming stuff on the bikes and skating and surfing. And then I would edit them in Avid Cinema and burn them out to VHS tape. And you'd have like 10 BMX edits on tape. And then you just distribute the tapes out and people would just pass them on to friends once they'd watched them. And that was life, right? But now I go down to like the skate park to film stuff with Thunder, and there's just these little like scooter rats everywhere, and they're just like cruising around doing ridiculous tricks, and I'm just like, I don't see any of you actually making the most out of like the accessibility to camera gear, filming equipment, and social media. They put a couple of tricks up, but they're not making but these guys in the North Coast, I just sit there, I'm like, imagine having what they have, being their age, with the responsibility they have. It'd be brilliant. They put up these sick videos, and they put one up the other day of a secret break in the North Coast. Can't disclose it on here, obviously, because people will be at it. But it's the worst kept secret on the North Coast. But it's a cool little spot when it's on. And they've got this shot, it's like a following shot of one of the dudes surfing. And I was just like... I watched it the other day.
Drone shot? No,
not even handheld. 2 of them on the same wave, longboard.
Oh.
And they're just like, I'll send you it, Actually, it's on their story. Wow. It's probably gone. But it's just cruising. If I find it, we can put it up. But just this real awesome shot, this guy at Union, I'm pretty sure it's Union, surfing anyway. And I watched that and I'm like, that is how I feel when I surf.
Right.
4-foot wave, mellow, on the longboard, toes on the nose, throwing back to the fin, carving a nice little bottom turn, and just sticking a rails in and but reality, it's like
you feel you're like a whale with a tummy full of plastic just heading for the shore.
I'm like a seal that found a fridge door floating in the ocean and tried to climb up on top of it. I'm just flapping about on top of it. Because I have the same rule with surfing as I do with bike riding. No one film me. I'd rather remember it in my own mind than what it actually looks like.
I had that actually when I did Yasmin and I went on a yoga surf retreat, and I only went because of the surfing. That was the only way she convinced me to go. Of
course.
And it's in Portugal. Sea was fucking cold, like ball shrinkingly cold, and we went out and you had to wear these stupid tops that had Algarve surf on it. And I understand why, because there's a whole bunch of idiots trying to learn how to surf and they just want to know who's in your group. And if there's a guy in a light blue shirt, he's probably dying. So I understand the safety aspect, but I look back at the photos now and go, oh god, I feel like a pillock.
I know.
I've never liked that. It's almost like dressing up in fancy dress. It's like, oh, you want me to wear the shirt? Really? Do we have to? I meant to be surfing, looking fucking cool.
Yeah.
Forget the fact I only actually managed to stand up like 3 times out of the whole week.
Yeah, but none of that matters. And do you know what the worst thing with the t-shirt is? People can see you when you don't have it and you just have a black wetsuit on. As long as you look cool leaving the water, no one really knows if you were the guy shredding the gnar or the guy face planting the ground every 5 seconds. So I just put all my effort into the walk out of the water.
Yeah.
But when you're in that t-shirt, they're like, oh, that's that pillock there.
Yeah. I suppose the only saving grace is because you're in that t-shirt, when you do face plant, it's like, oh, he's a pillock in a t-shirt.
They expect it.
There's an expectation that you're shit.
Yeah.
And I doing stuff that makes you look cool. That's where it's at, I suppose.
But
there's a whole... do you think there are certain people that shouldn't be doing things that they're doing because they shouldn't be doing them?
Yes.
Like, for example...
Like, I know 2 guys that are podcasting right now, all right? That probably shouldn't be adding to the noise. But they are.
But they are. I suppose, that kind of voids.
But if I find them... If I find those 2 guys, I mean... I'll give them one of these knuckle sandwich.
Yeah. I can get them.
Go on, what were you going to say?
I'm just saying, can you imagine, like, if you or I, being probably not the most academically clever people in the world, but, we do all right, common sense-wise, I think, and we were to go into, like, a science lab and just walk in, chemistry jacket on, goggles, all
beaker.
that shit.
Hey, guys, I've got my own beaker.
Yeah, with a fucking, a really cool bitching Zippo lighter to light the Bunsen burner. Just walking around.
By the way, that sounds like all the words that we know to do with science used up there. That's it. I don't know anything else. Bunsen burner, beaker. I mean, Zippo lighter, even that's a
test
push.
Tube.
Test tube. Well. Okay, go on. So you're rocking in with your Bunsen burner.
And do you think, like, you walk in there and, you have your glasses and goggles on and everything, and you're just fucking shoving sulfuric acid, nitrous oxide, all into, like, beakers and jars, going, I fucking know what I'm doing.
Selling them as your own presets.
I watched a YouTube video. Yeah, here's my chemical preset.
Yeah.
And do you reckon, like, people like that look at you and go, what are you doing here? You don't look cool. You're not a scientist. You're not geeky enough. You know, and like, for someone who does video or skateboards or does BMX or whatever it is, when you see that person and you're like, I've been skateboarding, whatever it is, for like 20 years or, I'm pretty good at it. And they come along, you're like, you should not be on a skateboard. There's just a part of you that goes, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, like there should be a criteria you have to meet before you can purchase the board. Well, I mean, using video is a prime example because YouTube is just riddled with it at the minute, isn't it? And using it as a good example, because I was watching something last night. We're not going to mention anyone's names, but I was watching a video by a guy who was...
Oh, so that's 50%. I might be able to guess it now.
And anyway, he's doing a tutorial thing, talking about how to take photos, studios, things like that. Just a general hey guys, I'm doing my thing here, yada yada yada. And we all do it. But when I was watching it, I was like, do you know what the problem with this human being, and not them as a person, but just what they epitomize? Epitomize? Is that
represents?
Represents. Great word, represents.
Yeah.
I think what they...
Just an easier... You know what I said about not academically clever?
Right there, yeah.
Right.
English. It's not
English,
my best.
Mate.
First language, not great at it.
So, what does he represent?
Well, he's one of those guys, and it's like they've watched the likes of McKinnon. I'm going to use McKinnon because for me, he's just like top of the game when it comes to photographer, videographer, making tutorial, inspirational videos, right? They watch a guy like that, and then everyone's like, instead of watching what he's doing and going, holy shit, that's a great technique, I'm going to make my thing, my idea, using the techniques that I've learned from watching him. They go, oh my God, that's a great idea. I'm going to make my own tutorial video about a similar idea. And it's like, do we need it though? Do you know? So it's like, yes, watch the video. Yes, buy a camera and go and learn to take photos and do videos. That's cool. But maybe don't do tutorials, because we don't really need every Tom, Dick and Harry doing tutorials. There's a lot of people that are really good at tutorial videos and really insightful as to what they do. But there's just, and I'm not talking about the dudes up there who know their shit. I'm talking about like the people who are like my numbers.
You mean like the Philip Bloons of the world?
Well, like Philip Bloons, he's elite.
He knows his shit.
Yeah, he's up there and he knows his stuff, right?
He's amazing.
And but I'm talking about like people who have got like I have 1,000 subs on YouTube, and I don't really want to do tutorial stuff. I like doing inside stuff into how I bodge things together sometimes, just to be like, this is the way I did this. But I never want to. I don't really want to be telling people how to do things. Not on that stuff anyway. I do workshops here with things I do know. But what I'm getting at is that it's just created this community.
So I was just thinking of that video that you were going to make about building, like cutting a hole through a wall.
Yes, well, prime example. I knocked a hole through my wall. I'm not now doing tutorial videos on DIY.
It would be funny though.
If I did it, it would be tongue in cheek. But like, it's just built this like community. I feel like I go onto people's channels and I just hear a lot of people going, I really want to do a YouTube channel. I really want to start creating content. And then you go to it and it's like, it's just tutorial stuff. This is how I built this. This is how I understand that it's popular stuff, but everyone's forgotten about making ideas and bringing ideas to life and concepts and stories. And everyone's just defaulting to tutorial things. And when I watch that, I'm just like, you shouldn't really be doing this. Maybe do the videos, go make your own videos, buy the camera, do all that, but you don't have to make a tutorial video on YouTube about how you literally watched this person's video and did the same thing, and now you're telling everybody else how to do it. I'd rather you just showed us what you made with what you learned. Hey guys, I watched this video by this sick person that showed me this thing, and I made this video about this, and this is how I use the techniques. Let's do that. Is that rather than here's another tutorial?
It's a very murky area though. We're diving into.
Full murk.
It's murky. It's full murky. Because it's like, at what point do you? I get what you're saying about the ideas and everything, but I think you said this to me once. You know, when you're in a band and you're learning to play guitar, you learn all the songs that you like playing, don't you? You just whip out the Guns N' Roses album, learn to play like Slash.
Yeah,
that's the guitarist you like. But you spend the whole time, covering and copying their songs and perfecting them. Yeah. Yet with video, and maybe you put videos out of like, here's me covering, whatever, Knocking on Heaven's Door, whatever. Yeah. And then you can just carry on doing that, and that seems to be kind of acceptable. Yeah. But if you go out and you copy people's videos, as in how to make videos, or this is the video technique I'm doing, and you just get this slew of copycats. Mm-hmm. It's just seen in a different way, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's like, oh, you're just copying such and such. And like...
Yeah. But no one goes, oh, you just copied Slash or whatever guitarist. You know, it's like, oh, they'll just go, oh, that was pretty good. Actually, you've almost nailed that, or that was a bit shit. You know, but whereas opposed to like the video thing, it's like, oh, you're a fake, you're a copy. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. And do you think that's maybe like because you're not you're going on and you're copying art and you're making your version of art when you're doing what you're saying there. But imagine if you, instead of copying Slash, you went and found the guy that taught Slash, and you found the video of him teaching Slash, and you copied that video, and you were like, hey guys, here's how you play a Slash tune. And then you just show like elements of it, but you never put it into practice. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like,
so you show all
just
all
like
the scales you need to play Civil War, but I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to show you the whole thing.
This is what the G chord looks like, and then just before you play it, you just don't play it. And you never play it, or you play a bit of it. You know, it is Merc is a definite way to do it. But I've just never understood the default to tutorials, and it's very different if you've been working in the industry, whatever industry you're teaching in, or you are enthusiastic and you've been doing it for ages, or you're one of those people that learns and relays information really, really well. There's a lot of people who just prime example, right, of the relay information, Donna and Chris Brockhurst for me. Like those guys for me, I'm like, they learn shit and know stuff about gear I use that I'm never going to read or learn myself. So I find their videos super helpful, because I'll be like, I mean, you literally, yesterday I messaged Donna going, need your help, A7 III. Can I remove the limit on the 30-minute timer for recording?
Well, I told you how to do that.
Yeah, but yes.
And you went to Donna.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work though on the A7 III.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, apparently it doesn't work. So I messaged Donna and asked him that, because I know that these guys go and they learn this stuff and they're interested in learning this. So when they're giving you information, they've read it and they've learned it and they know it. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got people like McKinnon who are working like on big jobs and, you know, producing great content for clients and things like that. People like that who are teaching you what they've learned over years and years of doing it. But then there's just this wave of people, and I'm not saying I haven't fallen into that trap a few times, but there's this wave of people that just sit down and replicate those tutorial videos. I'd much rather see people go out, like, do you know that dude, that Australian guy, Hayden Peterson?
Yes, I know him. Yeah.
Mental. His videos, but great. I love the style of his videos. Like, that's kind of the style that I want to do with mine. And when I do go out and take photos and I'm allowed out of the house, that's kind of what I do. But his are great because it's just like, it's like a learn with me. It's like, this is me experimenting and trying some stuff.
So you're just going to copy him?
I'll just copy him, yeah. No, but I mean, like, from my before I'd watched him, that was the style of the videos that I did, but nowhere near the level of what he's doing. But it was very much like, I'm going out, I'm taking some photos, here's what I did, rather than here's a technique.
Is this, oh, I could be going down a sticky road, another murky road, or channel,
so
canal,
much murk
whatever the fuck.
right here.
So much murk. Like, is there not a point, you know how, okay, how do I explain this? Right, so you're a kid and, you know, your parents expose you to lots of different things because, you know, you're a kid and you're just a sponge and you want to learn how to play piano and the guitar, and now you want to be a tennis player, then you want to play football, and you're just exposed to all these things.
Yeah.
There are certain things, though, when you go, like tennis for me. I do quite like tennis, but I am fucking shit at tennis. But I still like to play it.
Yeah.
You know, especially when I'm playing Yasmin because I know I can win. So what I'm saying, but like, I don't go out there thinking, oh, well, yeah, I've got a tennis racket, so come on, Wimbledon, you bitches. Let's just get it on, and then just turn up in my white shorts and white t-shirt and go, right, who am I playing?
Yeah.
Because I know that I'll never play Wimbledon. You know, I'm a bit old now, so. But you know what I mean? It's like I've never been.
Hold on. That's not what's stopping you. All right, you're a bit.
I was waiting for you to pick up on that.
You're shit. That's what's stopping you.
But that's the thing, is that I don't go out there and sort of play tennis as if I'm good. If you know what I mean.
No.
Do you know? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, there's certain people where like everyone should be allowed to do what they want, But there are certain people that are just not designed to be footballers, tennis players, video makers, artists. And at what point do you practicing and doing your 10,000 hours? At some point, you're gonna have to go, I'm not very good at this. I shouldn't be doing this.
But then you need
maybe I should go back and work in the bank, because I was actually pretty good at that.
Okay, so all right. So what you're saying there. So this comes down to two sayings, all right, by two very famous social media people. All right, and we'll say them both, and then we'll break them down.
Okay.
Why not? Gary Vaynerchuk.
Okay.
What do you love doing? Do that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And Casey Neistat. Do what you can't. All right. I always caveat them with unless you're shit, then probably just give it a miss. Yeah. But I mean, like, it all comes down to what are you doing it? How's it impacting you? How's it impacting others? What's it for? So if you like playing tennis and it's a good laugh, by all means, go down to the courts and fuck a tennis ball.
100%.
All right. Yeah. But as you said, don't rock up to Wimbledon, and just walk on to fucking centre court and be like, let's go, lads. Fucking smack. So, but the difference is you can't walk onto Wimbledon centre court unless it's 3 a.m. and there's coronavirus because you've managed to get in because it's shut. But if you try to walk in, they would say, hey, excuse me, you Jeremy Irons look-alike little rat. Who do you think you are? Out you go, sit in the stand. And it would be the same with so many other things. But like YouTube is weird because it's a platform where the best of the best exist and literally the worst of the worst exist, and then everyone in between. So we all exist on this platform, and that's what makes it amazing, and also what makes it oversaturated and sometimes demotivating. Is you could put a fucking ton of effort into a video, and then you just watch some other Burke upload some load of dog eggs, and you're just like, how the fucking hell is that getting that many views? And no one gives a toss pot about what I'm doing. And that's the demotivating side. But then the beauty of it is you can upload a video on the same platform as the likes of McKinnon and Philip Bloom, and these dudes, and you can exist in their environment. There are certain steps you need to take, but really you can just do what you like. You can do what you can't.
You can do what you can't for the rest of your life. Okay, so do you think? Oh no, in fact, it's gone. I had a question for you.
Okay,
and it's
you
gone.
think about that.
I got distracted by trying to combine Gary V and Casey Neistat.
Okay, so Gary V's one is find what you love, do that for the rest of your life. Great, love that. But that has to come with, unless you're shit at it, maybe don't do that for a living. So like for me, I love taking photos and making videos. I've been a graphic designer for a long time. I'd say I'm a good graphic designer, but I love taking photos and making videos. And I'd say I'm pretty good at taking photos and making videos. So I love doing that. So I do that now. That's what I wanted to do. But I also love riding road bikes, and I love surfing. But I am shit at both. Like, I have ridden so many miles over the years. I play golf as well, and cricket and squash. And not at the minute. The minute I just sit in front of a TV or a computer screen, and sometimes one wheel to an off license to get beer. But in the past, I have. But I haven't surfed in a good few months. But I love surfing, and I classify myself as a surfer, and I live. There's a lot of my life is inspired by surfing and bike riding. And I have this van that's kitted out to go on surf journeys, but I'm not going to Portugal and dropping into big fucking huge waves. I'm literally going to the north coast of Ireland, and if it's bigger than my fucking armpits, I'm like, not feeling it today, guys. Shoulders a bit stiff. Because really it is, I just want to get in my wetsuit, take my fucking board out, paddle about, stand up a few times, duck my head into some water and pretend I'm in a barrel. And really, let me do that for 2 hours, and that's me. Box ticked, surfed.
For the next 4 weeks while all your muscles.
Just no one film it.
Then relax.
But that's the thing. So it's like, that's cool. I am doing what Gary's doing. Yeah, I found something I love, and I'm doing it for the rest of my life as a hobby. All right? As a hobby. I haven't quit my job. I'm not like, guys, I'm going on the ESP World Tour. See you all later. Pammy, quit the job. All the income's coming from the surfing now. Because guess what? I'd be fucking eating out of a bin.
Yeah.
All right?
Or you wouldn't be eating.
I wouldn't even own a bin.
You'd be eating the fish.
Yeah. I'd be being eaten by the fish. And that's the thing. It's the same as... It's okay. I had this... I rode BMX for years. 15 years. I was pretty good at it. I'd say the pinnacle of where I got to was doing 720s into a foam pit, right? And I was landing them into foam. And then
into foam. You weren't even... So that's not even really landing.
Yeah, so I could do 360s. I'd do bar spins, tail whips, bits like that. A certain thing. That makes it sound very cool. But 720s, double rotations out of an 8-foot quarter ramp into foam. Guys were like, yo, when are you going to do that onto the wood? Land. And I went, oh, never. And they were like, what's the point in you learning them? I was like, just because I like spinning around really fast in the air on my bike, it makes me feel cool. And they're like, but you could land those. Yeah, I could. I could also break both my legs. It's not worth it, Yeah. I'm not going to do what I know I
ruin your surfing career.
Yeah. I'd never get that Billabong sponsorship. So one day I just dropped into the ramp. It all changed when I had kids and priorities changed. But rolled into a ramp, and I was riding up to this quarter pipe where I was gonna bang out a big air about an inch out top of that ramp, right? And I had done this a few times in a session, and I'd realized that I didn't really give a shit about any tricks. I was really just rolling about. And then I thought, you know what? It's Sunday morning, 10 o'clock. I'm in a fucking warehouse with a bunch of other dudes in their late 20s.
Yeah.
And we're just riding 20-inch bicycles about. And what are we really achieving? What's really... At the end of today, what'd you do? Nah, not much. So this all went through my head really quickly, and then I just stopped the bike and hopped off and just pushed it away from towards the door. And I said to the guys who were there, guys, that's me done. See you later. And they were all thinking he's done with today's session. They were like, all right, Dill, all the best, dude. See you next week. And I just walked out with a smile on my face, thinking, you'll see me.
No, you won't.
Never. And guess
You'll
what?
see me on YouTube with 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
By the end of the week.
Yeah, doing what I know I can't. But I sold my bike 2 weeks later, and I've never. There's been a couple of times where I've been like, I'd love to ride a BMX, but then I'm like, yo, give us a go on your bike, and I drop into a few ramps, ride about, and I'm like, I'm done. 5 minutes. I can't be fucked. It's just. And that was where I balanced it up against what I was doing as a job, what I was doing in my life, where I wanted to go, my kids, my family, what was important. I just went. I love it.
I'm done.
Yeah. It was my Forrest Gump moment when he just quits running.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go home.
Done.
I think I'm done now.
Quit.
Well, there we go.
So on that, let me just pause and keep going.
Oh, you're gonna pause and keep going?
Why not?
I'm done. Is this where I don't see you again? You're just gonna pause and just walk off.
Quit it all.
I'm gonna be sitting here going, it's just doing this on my own.
But that's it. So it's just I think people mix it up sometimes with thinking you need to just, if you love doing something, you're sitting there and you're an accountant, you're making good money, you're good at what you do, you pays for your lifestyle and your hobbies, and then you're like, but I really I love flying kites.
Yeah.
Hello, boss, I'm quitting. Becoming a kite flyer. You're like, no. Just take up a pinch of salt. You can still fly the kite. Fly the kite for the rest of your life. But don't fucking quit your day job.
One thing, because I used to be in a band, and I've done the touring and the albums and all that kind of stuff. And one thing my mum always used to say to me, she was always very supportive of me being in a band, loved the idea of me being a rock star, coming to all the gigs and everything. She's very supportive. But she always said to me, you can be a rock star, but just remember you have to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. And so solid for me, advice. There was always... Yeah, so it was you can, go and do the gigging, live in a van, back of the van for 3 months, that's fine. And if you can earn enough money from that just to keep afloat, that's great. But you're not going to be buying a house or even renting a flat or anything like that. So I always had to have other jobs. So, you'd work in Blockbuster or selling, what's it, plastic windows or whatever the fuck they're called. Double glazing, that's what it is.
Plastic windows.
Do you wonder how long I lasted in that job? 3 hours. Because I was at university and I was in the band at the time, and I was selling double glazing. So you'd be that phone call that you had to make, cold calling people at 7, 8 o'clock at night, and you could and you had a whole script to read, and you'd phone them up, and they'd go, all right, and you'd be like, hi, I'm from such and such windows. this, that, the other, and they're like, I'm in the middle of fucking EastEnders. Why don't you fuck off?
And you're like, I'm standing outside your house and I'm looking in, and your windows look quite like they need repaired.
Yeah, and you go, oh, okay then. And then you just put the phone down and you mark a tick or a cross or whatever, however the phone conversation went. And I lasted about an hour. And I basically did about 5 calls and was like, there are better things in life to do than try and sell people double glazing at 7 o'clock at night. Oh, Jesus.
And when you realise that, like, I remember when I first came to Northern Ireland, my grandfather, like when I moved, he was like, come on, we'll go and get you like a part-time job. So, and I was South African. It was like, it was quite different. Like, you just, I don't know, there were certain jobs you didn't do and certain jobs you did do, and I'll not get into that. But
yeah, I was gonna go down the road. I thought we'll leave that.
Yeah. Anyway, I came here and he took me into Burger King. I was about 16 or 17, something like that. Going to Burger King, we sat down and waited for the interview, right? And I was sitting in Burger King just watching people, just the people that worked there. We sat there for about 5 or 6 minutes, and he was just like, he was all proud of me going to get this job, and he was looking around. He's a pretty cool dude, and I was looking around, and I looked at him. I just went, here, not for me,
not for me.
Let's get out of here. And he was like, oh, I'm glad you said that. And I just said, I was just looking around thinking, this isn't really me working in a dirty takeaway. I'd rather have no money. And then I went and got a job in the cinema. Worked there for 7 years, loved it.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, because I worked in Blockbuster for ages, that was tolerable. They're very, very bad middle management and senior management, but like actually working with all the guys in the shop was very, very cool. You know, you get to hang out, watch films, that kind of thing. But have you ever been into a job centre?
No.
Yeah, that's a depressing experience. I went in once. And because I was, you know, I think I was at uni, or I just left uni, and I was like, I just thought, oh, well, this is what you do, right? You go and claim benefit, and then you go and get a job. Because I was like, well, you know, I haven't got anything at the moment, so why, you know, I've been working for a while, why not do it? I went in there, and I was clicking through, and there's this touchscreen thing, and it's like, all these jobs were coming up, and it was stuff like that, you know, being a chef in a pub, and I'm not degrading any of these jobs, but it was just stuff that I really didn't want to do. Yeah. And I'm looking through it going, wow, and there's like other people around, they're just ticking through and clicking these boxes and just going like desperate for a job, you know, and getting it from there. And I just found the whole thing, I was like, I walked out of there and was like, I'm never coming back in here again. Yeah. And then I just went and got the job in Blockbuster, because I was like, I couldn't do it. I could not go and claim benefit because it just didn't sit right with me, you know. I thought, Jesus, you know, I had a really good education, and here I am in this place. Yeah. And I thought, no, I can't do this. So I went out and just, got a job.
It's a funny thing though, because people use it as just like, I read this really interesting article today about how Europeans see things happen in the States, and one of the, there's a load of different things, but one of the points was people in the States, you go the whole way through life professionally without a safety net. And I was like, that's so interesting, because here people are just like, oh, sure, I just get on the dole. And you're like, well, your goal, the goal should be to have an actual job. Yeah. At a very bare minimum, you should be signed on. That shouldn't be, you know, that's not the pipe dream. You know, get on the dole. I just think sometimes it can be a bit of a funny thing. It's never something I've done. So, but it's.
I think But let's move away from that.
Yeah, I was trying to there, to be honest. Trying to. After yesterday, Jesus Christ.
Yesterday?
Back in yesterday's podcast. Morbid Ryan.
What about it? Oh,
I had to look through the footage, being like, has he got a rope at any point during this?
Oh, well, I would have jumped off the bridge, but they won't let me out. So,
and even if you had, you just landed on the tracks. Where's the fucking chain? Not running. Oh, but so there's that. So that's Gary Vaynerchuk, and then Casey Neistat did that video, "Do What You Can't."
Yeah.
Which is like, it's great. I dig it, but again, it's like, and maybe this is like, if you think about people who speak as professionals in industries, motivational speakers and stuff, before the mass, you know, explosion of the internet and people putting content everywhere all the time, you would have had to have found these through the right channels and gone to them and been involved in that industry. But now, like, everyone's just digesting all the stuff, so you're hearing things. And it's like, you know, just like random people are hearing Casey Neistat go, "Do what you can't," and then they're just like, fucking right. And it's pinch of salt.
Do you know, you heard of Tony Robbins, right?
Yes.
You know, the motivational speaker. So if you hear his story, like when he started out, he's down and out, whatever, and then he decided he wanted to teach people and coach people, blah, blah, blah. In his thing, he says that he would do a talk like every day of the week. And if he had to drive 3 hours to go and do like a 10, 20-minute presentation, he'd do that.
Wow.
And then he'd come back and home, and that kind of thing. And he would do any talk. So he'd go, even if it was for 10 minutes to like one person or like an hour to 3 people, he'd do that. And apparently he did that for like 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
And you kind of think the dedication and desire, like that's like, do what you love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, maybe, and I probably include myself in this a bit, it's like, that's the kind of work I think you need to do. That's the 10,000 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And I just think that's incredible. But yeah, sorry, carry on with the Casey thing.
I don't know why I was going with it, but I think it was just generally, it was generally just the whole do what you can't thing. It's like, it's supposed to be telling people who have drive and ambition to push through some of the bits they struggle with, and to challenge society and to challenge the rules and break the mold, but it's like, just heads up, folks, not everyone should be fucking breaking the mold, because the whole system will go to shit, right? It doesn't. That's the thing. It comes to what you were saying earlier. It's like some people are just not kitted out to it. It's why it's like, okay, whenever I'm working as part of a team and I've got like a marketing expert, right? Or I've got a copywriter. I'm slightly different with copywriter because I class myself as a partial copywriter at times. But
really, I've read your emails.
Well, hold on. Short form, like commercial copywriting, like for advertising campaigns. Like when it comes, I don't mean like long. No, definitely not tweets. Fuck, have you seen my Twitter? Dyslexia at the fucking its highest level. I mean, that's like what I was creative stuff. I mean, like creative. I can't even think right now.
I know what you mean. I know exactly.
Like if you see a billboard, you go hilarious. I write shit like that, and I have done for years. But I'm not good at long form stuff. My English is atrocious. But if you think like a marketing person, so say I sit down with a marketing person and a copywriter, and we come up with a plan for whatever we're doing. The marketing person goes, "This is the target audience. This is the way we need to be doing it. This is how we need to be reaching them. This is where they're active. This is the age group. And I go, okay, cool." And then that's it. I don't question it. I'm like, because you're the person that's doing that. I'm not going to do that because I can't. So I'm not going to do it. I'll just do what I'm good at. You do what you're good at. You do what you're good at. But we've got this world now where everyone feels like we all got to fucking do what we can't and do what we shouldn't. I'll just dip my toes in there. Don't. Just keep your toes where your feet are. Keep them where you are. Get them the fuck out of my pool.
Get your fat, cheesy feet out of my paddling pool. Thank you very much.
A book by Ryan and Dillon. Yeah, it's just like, it's nuts. And it's like, it's just, you got to do like, I'm reading that Tim Ferriss book, 4 Hour Work Week. I feel like I've been reading it for like a long time. Short attention span. Great book.
I got bored of that book.
Yes, but that's, again,
wasn't for me.
See, I speed read through like the first half of it, and then halfway through I'm like, all right, Tim, I get it. I'm
You've
not going to go.
Clearly never worked in video.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah, but again, that's the thing. It's like people read that and then they go, "Oh, I'll just fucking do that," and you're like, "Well, you can't." I think it was one of the like creative directors of like Chai Day, a long time ago. I had written. I'd done this thing, this email signature, where they only check their email like I don't know once a week or something. And it's like,
no, they take it once a day.
Once a day, 9 o'clock, and not again. And there's a automatic, and there's just a order response comes back going, I check my email at this time. And I've always loved the theory of that.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's something I've definitely tried to bring it in, but not to that level. You know, I try checking my emails twice a day and not in the middle of the day unless I'm expecting something. Yeah. We're not going to get into email etiquette, but not again.
God, that'd be worse than. We'd both be jumping off a bridge then. Jesus. Oh my God. Let's not go.
But like, I think it's like...
Don't say the word email around Dylan.
Don't mention email. But it's like, people will read these books and they'll go, fuck it, I'm not going to check my email anymore. And you're like, well...
I did read it and go,
you kind of need to, buddy. Because, you work with a lot of people. And then I had 4
clients email me and I was like, no, that's not going to work for me. Thanks.
And
but but
pinch of salt, I think, is what people just need to do what you can't. Do what you love. but just weigh it up.
Yeah.
Because maybe
Be sensible.
Yeah.
Stay inside.
Yeah.
Stay home. Don't get coronavirus.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Make videos if you want to.
Yeah,
but
upload them if you want. Delete them if you want.
Yeah.
But let's all chill the fuck out because it's the internet and who cares?
Yeah. Well, as we know, everything on the internet is not real.
Exactly.
Nothing on the internet is real, in fact.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway,
I think that's it. I mean, surely we're coming up to 40 minutes. Yeah. That sigh, I can always tell that Dylan sigh. Like, I sigh all the time. It's just like standard for me. But when you sigh, that's it. We're fucking done.
Yeah. But that was good.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So that's episode, what is that? Episode 9?
9. Yeah. Almost into double figures.
Shitting hell. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure, as usual.
Oh, always. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Laters. Why did I salute? Why do I always salute?
I just saluted as well.
That's the shittest thing to do. Like, I always salute, and it's like every time I do it, I'm getting your man from Friends. See ya, pals. You know that.